I broke up with a partner once, just before we were supposed to fly to Paris. I am a seasoned traveler and I don't tend to get slowed down by life's glitches. So I went anyway. Carrying a heavy load of feeling, I boarded that plane. I flew to Paris to recover, to find new feelings, to find more life. In this third episode of my podcast, Talking Philosophy in Images, I want to speak to those whose lives have been changed by overwhelming emotions. Sometimes thoughts weigh on us like feelings do. Do you know what I mean? If you do, and you are looking for art and media to reflect the conflicts you experience in your own life, then this podcast is for you. I am Edith Alfandari, professor of comparative literature and visual studies. Maybe later I will tell you about that breakup. The play A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen is about a couple breaking up. It is heartrending, but also inevitable. It evolves through 3 acts in the living room of the Helmer household. The context is somewhat melodramatic. Nora and Torvald have been married for 8 years. They have 3 children. Torvald has just been promoted at the bank where he is a rising star. Nora is silently joyous. She is about to finish paying a heavy debt, something she's been secretly working on for years. All seems well. But everything changes when Niels Krogstad, who works under Torvald at the bank and holds Nora's debt, is fired. Krogstad sets to getting his job back by blackmailing Nora. Either she convinces her husband to hire him back, or he will not return her debt's bond, and he will publicly shame her by telling the world about her secret loan. To that world, Nora is naive, spoiled, and a plaything in her marriage. She acts the proper housewife who has the added charm of being cute enough to get her way. No one knows that Nora took a loan to save her husband's life when he was mortally ill. No one knows that she nursed her own father on his deathbed while secretly working for 8 years to pay back that loan. No one knows because that is how Nora wishes it. Her bigger concern is that to secure the loan, she forged her father's signature on the bond. Nora is terrified by the legal repercussions of that decision. As she sees it, should her secret be revealed, she will have to either leave her home and family or take her own life. Ibsen's real concerns surface in the span of that one life-changing night, as Torvald treats Nora alternatively like a silly child, a desired lover, an ignorant adult. She realizes that she does not love Torvald, that she never loved him, that she could never have been happy in his house. While in Paris, post-breakup, I saw several masterpieces about shadows. Inspired by Dante, Rodin sculpted hundreds of them in the gates of hell. The Thinker, The Kiss, Count Ugolino and his children, all as shadows in hell. The Thinker, caught up in despair. The Kiss, in passion. Take a look at Picasso's The Kiss, which depicts passion is haunted by animal hunger. Count Ugolino and his children caught up in horror. Incarcerated with them in the Tower of Hunger, the Count's grisly fate is to eternally eat his children's corpses. While Rodin was fixated on the dark shadows, Van Gogh sought the luminous shadows of Dante's paradise. The mystic heights of beauty and faith, the saving power of love. In Canto 31, Dante sees the light of God that sparkles into the eyes of righteous souls. When he asks to see his beloved Beatrice, he's asked to raise his eyes and capture splendor and brightness. Van Gogh's The Starry Night depicts this divine brightness, but the figures at the bottom of the canvas are not good shadows. They are not dead. They don't belong to a world beyond ours. They only need to look up and discover the pure light of the beautiful night sky.
Punching, tired, 8 hours, maybe 9, coffee gone, heels still hot, keep that fire alive. Tray by tray, check by check, I wear the 8 like gold smile.
Let us return to A Doll's House. Torvald's shadows drive him to act like a hungry ghost, grasping desperately to power and possessions. He cannot understand why Nora would leave him. They never exchanged a word on any serious subject, she reminds him. They never sat in earnest together to try and get at the bottom of anything. He could have shown compassion when he learned of the secret debt. Instead, he locked her in her room and forbade her to see the children. How could she not leave him? Torvald promises to change. He wants to pretend that their entire life was a bad dream. Nora dismisses this solution. She knows that soon everything will be just as it was before. Nora's shadows are luminous. She begs from her husband a tremendous big favor for those she loves. She knows she's at the bottom of everyone's list of priorities. She's generous and devoted to those who need her. When she dances the tarantella, Nora is dancing for life itself. There is nothing there, she says to Torvald, of their home. And she's right. Too late, Torvald realizes that Nora is dancing as if your life depended on it. So it does, she replies. Like Rodin's Draped Woman, Nora finds strength in dancing. Shadows are but illusions, yet in A Doll's House, they are ideas and emotions. Even while it destroys existing structures and relationships, a shadow may be a regenerative force. Selfishness and fear are dark shadows. Humility, security, love are luminous ones which open life up to the promise of change and newness and ever more life.